the only local news station with nonstop news.
TGIF, man, we are fired up. You are too. Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. Nonstop news starts right now. Little reminder here, we're the only station in town commercial-free for the next 15 minutes.
We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with David Mendoza and, of course, a look at weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning. Happy Friday. By the way, in case you missed it, we are going to be broadcasting live from the San Antonio Zoo during our noon show. So if you have the day off, come on down to the zoo, say hi to us in person. We love to meet our viewers. It'll be steamy out there, so prepare for the elements. Let's take a look at the car wash planner. And for the most part, I am giving you the green light. Good to go for the days ahead. However, I do have an isolated rain chance each and every day. 10% today and tomorrow, 20% Sunday, and then 20% Monday, possibly even next Thursday. Just keep in mind that if you do wash your car and you happen to be one of the lucky spots that sees rain, don't be upset because you're going to be lucky. Not many spots will see rain, and we do need the rainfall. And really no rain this morning. This afternoon, though, there just could be a very isolated shower. Temperatures this afternoon, seasonable. We'll get up to 94 degrees in San Antonio, just like yesterday. Heat index temperature will be up to 100 degrees. Closer look at your weekend weather forecast. We'll also talk about Saharan dust coming our way, what that's going to do for us around here. Your full forecast coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, Jeannette, thank you. Let's check the road, see what your morning commute looks like. Gorgeous. Man, that is God
Easy
kissing
breezy.
the sky. Easy breezy.
That's what they like to say.
There we
Easy
go.
breezy.
I don't know if they say that at all. Tenant medical looks okay as we cycle through some of the different camera angles. 10 at 35 looks good. David Mendoza is in road cam. I know David's phrase is groovy. David, am I right there? It looks groovy right now, brother.
Hey, good morning, Dave. I don't know about that. I've said it maybe once. Actually, I think you are the only one that said it.
What's happening? Marissa's rubbing off on you, flipping it on me and stuff. Where are you and what do you see out there?
I'm at the 35-410 South Split right next to BAMC. You know, I got reports that there might be a slowdown over here, but I'm not seeing it. Other than that, our city's looking pretty solid, and it's going to be an easy Friday commute. But I will let you know one more time before end of show, and I'll keep you updated. Back to you.
Look, man, all I'm saying is with that mustache, groovy fits you really, really well. All right, David Mendoza, we'll check back before 7 a.m.
Time now is 6:43. It's been 3 years since one of the deadliest human smuggling operations in history, and it happened right here in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's horrible. Today, 2 men convicted in that case will be sentenced. Back on June 27th, 2022, in fact, 3 years obviously to this date, 53 undocumented immigrants were found dead in the back of a tractor trailer along Quintana Road over on the city's south side. Investigators say the conditions were just inhumane. Everyone crammed into that trailer without air conditioning. A federal judge will sentence these 2 guys, Felipe Ordoño Torres and Armando Gonzalez, later today, both convicted on charges of human smuggling that resulted in death. They could get life in prison. We'll tell you what happens here on TV and online at news4sa.com.
2 people are in custody after a tense standoff with police on San Antonio's west side. It all unfolded on Westland Drive, where police surrounded a home linked to a string of car break-ins, robberies, and stolen vehicles. The suspects were confronted by a resident. One of them reportedly pulled a weapon, prompting an aggravated robbery charge. Police are working to track down others who may be involved.
A police officer in Elmendorf shot a man who allegedly pulled a gun on him after running from the officer. So here's what happened. Police were called out to South 5th Avenue because neighbors reported an empty car still running, except it wasn't empty. When police showed up, they found a man and a woman inside.
When the officer tried to approach and then they fled, a foot pursuit ensued. The female fled as well as the male fled. The male went ahead and pulled out a firearm, right? And the officer discharged his firearm multiple times.
The chief says this is the first officer-involved shooting since 2014 in that area. The woman's now in custody. The man's recovering in the hospital. No word on the charges that they could be facing.
Time now is 6:45. Tenants at a San Antonio apartment complex say they're living in dangerous conditions, dealing with everything from sewage leaks to days without water. And despite repeated complaints, they say management isn't doing much to help. Residents at the Ascent apartment complex say problems have been piling up for weeks. sewage backups, water shutoffs, and little to no response from management. They say the company running the property, DJE Texas Management, still sends monthly rent reminders, but claims they don't have the money for repairs.
There's a clean out underneath the kitchen sink that has been backflowing with raw sewage now for over a month. We reported this issue on the 20th of last month, and right on the heels of Memorial Day weekend, management took a 5-day weekend. They were non-responsive. The maintenance request wasn't viewed until the following Tuesday. Called the emergency hotline every day of the week, and that was met with no response. And we were basically left with trying to figure out how to live with raw sewage pouring into our kitchen.
That tenant, who didn't want to be identified, has since been relocated to another unit, but says the complex didn't cover moving costs. We reached out to DJE Texas Management, but they declined to comment.
It's been 2 weeks now since the severe flooding that hit our area, dragging vehicles in creeks, and 13 people dying because of that.
Our sister station, Fox SA, uncovered exclusive video of the moments trucks and cars were dragged through the water. Take a look at this video. It may be difficult for some to watch as vehicles get swept down this drainage ditch in the dangerous rush of water.
Those videos were nothing compared to what I just saw. That water rushing, I mean, that wasn't just, and it's crazy.
Some family members believe this is the reality that will bring change and possibly save lives.
Well, we are learning more details about the new military zone tied to San Antonio. The National Defense Area covers about 250 miles along the border in Cameron and Hidalgo counties there in South Texas. It will be administered as part of JBSA Lackland. So migrants going through the deportation process will temporarily be housed at JBSA. This also happened back in 2014. Now, fast forward to now, the Trump administration wants ICE to detain 3,000 migrants a day. St. Mary's law professor Jeff Adicott says the sheer number of arrests is why the military has been called in to help.
They need to be housed somewhere until the process can work itself out to see whether your asylum claim is legitimate or it's not legitimate. So this is going to involve, resources that have to be used that ICE simply does not have.
It's still unclear how many people can be housed at Lackland or how long they'll be staying. 6:47 now on this Friday. The wet weather that we've had over the last few weeks, it's creating all kinds of issues, obviously flooding, but also mosquitoes. They're on the rise. In fact, if you live in Kirby, there's a bit of a word of warning for you.
I hate mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who likes them, but anyway. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon has more on when and where they'll be spraying. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. I don't think anybody likes them. That's why you got to keep some of this handy. Some of this insect repellent, mosquito spray. The stuff with DEET really uses, it does the trick, right? It's the best stuff for you. Just spray a little. It goes a long way, doesn't it? The wind is a good repellent too. Now the message was put on the Kirby City's Facebook page, and they want to warn you the Public Works Department is going to be spraying tonight, starting at 8 p.m. So here's what you need to know. Make sure you get your pets inside starting at 8 p.m. Before then would be best. And here's also what you need to know about keeping the mosquitoes away if you live anywhere. Basically, cover all your water containers, empty unused buckets and potted plants, and then use these mosquito repellents like we just talked about, and nets if you got them. Now this comes just a few weeks after Bexar County actually just did some fogging in and around the area just to repel mosquitoes because we've had all that wet weather. And not only that, they want to avoid mosquitoes and the spread of West Nile virus. Something to keep in mind. So Kirby tonight, 8 p.m., they're going to be spraying for mosquitoes. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Christina. Governor Greg Abbott says a new loan agreement will help fund a new natural gas power plant near Houston. The 122 megawatt facility is meant to support Texas's demand for energy. Abbott called it a major milestone, saying it'll strengthen the grid and support economic growth. The facility is projected to begin operations by June of 2027. Developing right now, UT Health San Antonio is taking the lead in targeting hard-to-treat cancers and boosting vaccination rates for HPV thanks to some new funding. News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live with details and how much the center hopes to accomplish. Good morning, Tawny.
Good morning. The Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas has given UT Health San Antonio nearly $3.4 million to research those hard to treat cancers while also boosting up the immunization for HPV. Now, of the funding, $2.4 million will expand core facilities at the university with technology that is now only available in San Antonio. This will allow researchers to address drug-resistant cancers. Dr. Daohong Zhao, who is the director of the Target Discovery Core at the Greehey Children's Cancer Research Institute, says while there has been progress in treating cancers, there are still big challenges. With the new funding, they will be able to identify and validate a new therapy targeting the cancer and then use it to identify new therapeutics.
We provide service to not only investigators at UT Health San Antonio, but also any investigator in Texas, including other academic institutions, and even collaboration with biotech industry as well.
The remaining $975,000 from CPRIT will go towards funding a community-based intervention program to increase vaccination rates for HPV among young people in Bexar County. The project aims to prevent different types of cancers by partnering up with community organizations to provide health education and clinics for youth. Dr. Erica Thompson, an associate professor at UT Health, says their goal is to educate people to get vaccinated early as it prevents HPV from occurring and the potential of different types of cancers later on.
A lot of people hear information about vaccines and want to know more information and know why is this important for their health and their child's health. So our health communication really focuses on the importance of getting vaccinated to prevent cancer in the future.
Dr. Thompson says they will be focusing the project on underserved communities who may not have access to primary care services. That way they will be able to meet the needs of the population with preventative health care that includes the HPV vaccination. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette Calle.
Mosquito repellent. Great. That's what we need when we go to any barbecue for 4th of July.
I don't like the smell though. That's why I like to go like the all natural.
No,
oil
I'll bring
route.
you some. I have some natural.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it smells like lavender.
I'm excited about that now.
Yeah. I have lavender.
Those are the expensive kind, right? Like I just grabbed the $3 thing that you get at the gas station for, what is it, off or
you're
whatever.
Inhaling chemicals.
Right. Yes. You're not supposed to be using those things.
Anyway, lavender and or coconut oil. If you put some of that on, mosquitoes do not like those scents. That's the natural route. Hey, Saharan dust, you can see some pretty heavy concentrations of Saharan dust moving towards Florida. South Florida right now seeing moderate to heavier concentrations. This plume of Saharan dust, yes, travels thousands of miles from the Sahara Desert in Africa. And we typically start to see the first signs of this right around this time of the year. However, we've already seen a little Saharan dust earlier this month, but I do believe this is going to be the more significant plume of dust, at least the first significant plume of dust of the season. It'll start to arrive here in Texas this week and especially late tomorrow. It'll make the sky hazy here on Sunday. Possibly moderate to heavier concentrations across the east and near the coast. Hazy skies from Sunday through the middle of next week. Also air quality alert for those of you with allergies that could pose an issue for you guys, so limit time outside. Also those with respiratory conditions. Clouds and radar across Texas up and down the I-35 corridor. Dry along the coast, mostly dry. Starting to see a few sprinkles or spotty showers coming in from the Gulf. And we're seeing patches of rain around the Panhandle, also across far west Texas. Still that steady stream of rain coming up from the southwest. That is on the far western edge of an upper level ridge that's still sitting across the Tennessee Valley. However, the heat backing off from the major cities in the northeast. Still very, very hot though from the Midwest to the Tennessee Valley. That's where those heat advisories do continue. Also, the beaches of Virginia and the coast of North Carolina under a heat advisory still. For us, closer to home this morning, mostly cloudy, that until about 8 in the morning, and then partly sunny for the rest of the day. With some drier air arriving today, rain chances will decrease, including the eastern zone. Just a very isolated shower is possible. Tomorrow afternoon, same story. Sunday, though, you'll see here in the in-house computer model, a few more showers and storms, and that with an increase in moisture coming up from the Gulf. Speaking of the Gulf, right now, showers and thunderstorms across the far western Caribbean Sea. However, However, as that moves into the Bay of Campeche or Campeche, it could become a broad area of low pressure, and that has a very low chance of tropical development there over the next 2 to 7 days. In the eastern Pacific Basin, I've been watching an area of low pressure off the coast of Central America. Conditions here are more conducive for further development, and now a 50 to 90% chance of development from that in the next 2 to 7 days as that gets closer to the southern coast of Mexico. 94 today and tomorrow, heat index near 100, 20-30% rain chance Sunday, and about a 20% rain chance Monday. High temperatures next week look to climb into the mid and perhaps upper 90s. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones, and you'll see some increased rain chances across portions of south central Texas as we go towards next week, but nothing too widespread.
All right, thank you, Jeanette. Let's take another quick peek at the roads. Everything's been looking pretty good this morning. 281 at 410, not a lot of traffic on this Friday morning. 281 and Hildebrand also looking very good at 7 o'clock. Of course, we'll be keeping an eye on everything for you as the day progresses, and we'll keep you updated online at news4sa.com. Well, right now our Driveaway for Education campaign is underway. If you buy a raffle ticket, you'll be entered for the chance to win a brand new car. Tickets start at $25. All money raised goes towards Texas Yes, a nonprofit that provides free school supplies to more than 70,000 students across Texas. Just scan the QR code to purchase a raffle ticket. The raffle runs until August 3rd.
You know what I think about when we do that? I remember when we first started, 6 weeks ago, and I thought, man, August 3rd feels like it's forever.
Right.
Now it's just around the corner.
It's just around the corner. And right, my kids start August 11th.
I think somewhere around there as well.
Yeah. That's less than, 6 weeks.
A lot of parents are like, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back here at noon. Remember, we're going to be at the zoo.
Yes, we are. So if you're out and about, you want to stop by and say hello if you can. And